Guru Nation, what is up? Jaime, my nurse practitioner, we're just leaving the site. We got another feasibility survey for another doctor, and we were here doing some startup regulatory. And when Jaime was doing my test ECG, for those of you who follow on Instagram, you get behind the scenes access. You can see me getting ECG put on.
You get a VIP package.
But Jaime's a NP. He was talking to a doctor on the phone. And this is something that, like NPs, you deal with a lot of doctors. When you start a site, initially you want a doctor with their own private practice. But as your clinic starts developing its own database, you always want more doctors. So then you can bring on a part-time basis, physicians who are employed by large healthcare systems, because you don't need their patients, right? You only need the patients from the first couple doctors you work with until you start developing your own database and getting good at recruiting in the community. So Jaime, as an NP, I bet you're going into like these interactions now with a different lens on.
Yeah,
although you have a nice lens on right now.
They transition. Yeah, definitely. It's always good to collaborate with doctors. We were just talking a little bit about it earlier. Doctors are primary investigators, so when doctors need to be the primary investigators, and MPs or mid-level providers, we could work as sub-investigators. But definitely, we need to partner and collaborate with them. But at one point, we can be business partners too.
Yep.
In different studies like what we are right now.
And you were telling me some options you personally are considering for NP, because you're an NP, but you were thinking about either doing an MBA/NP. Tell us the options that you have.
Yeah, definitely. Once you become an NP, there are different branches we can go to. One of the ones I was considering personally, now that I'm part of human clinical trials, it's to do an MBA to understand the business part of it as well. But the other option, there are some schools that offer the DMP with an MBA attached to it, and you could, it's just a little bit a longer timing, but you kill two birds with one stone, and
that's the one I recommend, because let me give you my honest opinion of the MBA. What they're going to teach you is MBA from a public health policy perspective. So not from a small business perspective, like entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I think the DNP is the more important, and then they also throw in the NBA.
Correct.
That's my opinion.
Because as MPs, we already have a master's, so they just add a little bit of lectures to compensate for it to be an MBA, but the rest are on the DMP level.
But you can get a free MBA working with us here, Human Clinical Trials, figuring out, okay, we got to talk to this doctor across the street now about research. We're going to find some oncologists, talking to the medical science liaisons.
Correct.
There's a lot going on, but Jaime just wanted to break down some options for the NPs. NPs in research, guys, there's a lot of opportunities for you guys.
What was your prediction?
I predict that within 10 years, NPs will allow to be PIs. I know it's happening already in less than 1% of studies, but I think it's going to be like a normal thing in 10 years.
But I mean, at the end of the day, everything's regulated by the sponsor anyway, So, and I personally think if that's going to happen, it will probably be MPs with the doctorate level.
Yeah, they're going to get the first.
So
that's why I recommend that.
There you go.
See, guys, thank you, Jaime.
There you go. Have a good one.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.